Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome. It feels like it's been a little while, so let's all gather in and let's have a cup of coffee and a chit chat together, okay? Hello, everybody. We are going to talk about broken relationships today, okay? Does a relationship fail, whether it's a romantic relationship, a friendship, perhaps a work relationship, something with family? A lot of times, we could kind of pull apart. We either grow apart, we become out of alignment. There are times when only one party is growing and the other one isn't. How do we find that acceptance? At what point do you keep fighting for that relationship to move forward? And at what point do you say, hey, it's time to let this go? This is not healthy for me. Perhaps it's toxic. Perhaps you've done everything that you can do. Perhaps there's no improvement. Perhaps there's no joy left in it. So there's a lot of circumstances and reasons we really have to look at, reflecting on where are you? Is it something we fight to move forward with? Is it something we release? Because it goes both ways. I mean, there's a lot of times that people give up on a relationship too quickly and too easily, right? But then there are times when we've all stayed in something much too long. And so it is finding that balance. At what point do we know? And I feel like that point is when it becomes more devastating and more sad to try to make it work and not as joyful as it should be. We really, although we have relationships that are there to help us, that are there for sole purposes, we still need to have that joy in our relationships. And again, if there is no joy, we really have to look at that, right? If there is no joy, we have to kind of say, why am I in this? And that, again, that could be a work, that could be a family, that could be romantic friendships. Now, there are times too when relationships will randomly fall apart, right? The person will either just ghost you or they'll be mad and you don't know why they're mad. And that's really difficult. You can't make someone talk. You can't make someone open up and share. So all you could do is, do your best to open up those lines of communication, allowing yourself to say, is there anything we need to talk about? Is there anything that I may have done? And again, sometimes, people have their perspective, they have their perception, and they're unwilling to relent. They're unwilling to take a look at what they could be doing, how we can communicate better. So, in your life, I'm sure you've had relationships that are tough and difficult, but they also, we always want that balance to be more joyful than sad, right? Joyful than unhappiness. We're not here to have unhappy relationships. We are here to connect, to grow, to learn from one another. We are here to help one another. But we are also here to experience joy, peace, and happiness and self worth. And, sometimes it's hard holding on to. Now, what if you are in a relationship with someone who's a narcissist or someone who is gaslighting you, right? Someone who is really unhealthy. Ask yourself, am I in an unhealthy relationship? And if you are, what can you do to remove yourself from it, right? Because we're not here to be in unhealthy relationships. I think our job is to know that if we're in them and we're around them, what do we need to do for our own self worth to kind of create a better life for ourselves? Own your worth. Own your worth. Really know that you deserve love and you deserve respect and kindness and joy, and then to give it back, right? And when you have these healthy relationships in your life, you're going to find that getting that promotion, getting that bigger house, none of that is what matters. Our relationships are what matter. Our relationships are what bind us and combine us, and are what at the end of the day is so important. Now, if you're in something that is toxic or abusive, ask yourself, what can I do? Take responsibility for removing yourself. Take responsibility for leaving that person with a lot of love and a lot of light, and just knowing that you appreciate where you are, but maybe that soul contract is over, right? I know it's really tough because, again, a lot of us, especially if you're an empath and you're a light worker, you don't want to give up, right? You want to hang in there. It's going to get better. You're going to show them how much you love them, all of this. And it doesn't. So if it isn't, let's just let's just allow ourselves to create change. Let's allow ourselves to make different choices to bring in those relationships that will be more fulfilling, more joyful, and that will really be more respectful and loving. Okay? So that is our coffee with Colby. Now, there's a lot going on this week. So many events. This Thursday, I have a date night. Next week, it is a beginner's intuition psychic medium workshop. Beginner, come hang out, okay? There is also some advanced classes. If you want to do a podcast, be a guest on a podcast. I have the live on air. There's an evening of spirit messages that I'm beyond excited about. So that's all coming up. There's so much going on. So take a look at the Facebook page and the website. I'll put some links in here, but come and join me. Come and join me Thursday night. Call in for date night. And as always, everybody, please shine your light and shine it bright. Lots of love to you guys. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.